Hey there, Paul from Patterson Valley Permaculture. I just sort of go through what I'm up to at the moment. Just got into spring, so I've just done a noding method, covered the soil with compost about 10 mil thick across 3 beds. One, two, three. This one's already got some seeds in there, seedlings, some lettuce and carrots and onions. So in these, I'll be putting in some of my summer crops, so tomatoes, zucchinis, cucumbers, some small butternut squash, and some corn. So what I'll go through each bed, what I'm planting, what I planted there, whether they're a main crop, a companion plant, or just a beneficial. So what we'll do, we'll go through each bed and I'll show you what I'm up to. Okay, I'm going to go through with this bed now, just get it all planted out. This has got a row of Swedes still in there from when it was planted with the peas. The peas are all finished. I've harvested everything, I've taken them away, I've saved all the seed, that's all drying there over there in the sun. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through with the jank seeder, I'm going to put a row of carrots on either side, then I'm going to put these frames through the bed, one every couple of metres. These are for the tomatoes. I used to use these for protecting trees in the sheep paddock, but they didn't do too good. So now I utilise them in the veggie garden for tomatoes and peas. So I'll put those through, get the tomatoes planted in. Intercropped with that will be some bush beans, some sweet basil, and also I've got some save seed from last year, which is a mix of candula and some marigolds. So they'll go in interplanted all the way through, companion planting there. And right at the end of the bed here, I always like to put some cosmos and some candula as well, just to make it attractive from the house and obviously beneficial for the plants. So I'll get that all set up and all planted out. What I might do as well, I'll do an overview, a sort of top view of the layout that I've actually done for the seed placement, and you can see the interaction between the plants. So the cages are just placed at the moment, just for spacing. And then when I've finished the sowing, I'll get a star picket, put the cages firmly in place, and then cable tie them. It's just so I can remove them to plant the tomatoes. So that's about eight bean plants between each of the towers there, and this is a bush bean provider. Okay, so around each cage, I'm going to do some sweet basil. Yeah, so not too much, just a small pinch. You know, you can do that, you know, sparingly as you want. Next, I've got my saved marigold seeds. I can put as much as this out as I like. It's been saved, like I say, so it's all free seed, and there's plenty of it. And then I've got the cosmos for the end of the bed. Just going to go through and lightly work that into the soil just to get the seeds under the ground. Tomatoes, just had them growing on the north side of the house during autumn, and a good size, good strong plants. These are a Tommy Toe yellow, so they'll be a good cherry tomato, yellow in colour obviously. Yeah, and I'm just doing 5 in here. Yeah, we're not after, you know, heaps and heaps of plants in this garden. It's more about balancing it out with the crops. You know, 5 plants in here with cherry tomatoes. I'll be harvesting this all summer long and I'll get kilos and kilos. So 5 plants it is. Okay, gonna give this bed a good watering, then I'll start on the other 2. Okay, so that's the 1 bed done. Got these 2 beds side by side. Now the tomatoes, just to the side of the food forest there. So I don't want to do a monoculture, you know, I've got a bit of a space in between the crops, so I can do tomatoes this side. So again, it's going to be tomatoes, bush beans, flowers, you know, the same as the other bed. Whereas this bed, the companion planting is going to be the 3 sisters. But it's my take on the 3 sisters. It's not quite the South American version. So it's sweet corn, 2 rows of sweet corn down there. Down the centre I'll do bush beans and also some zucchinis. So bush beans, zucchinis, evenly spaced all the way down the row, a bit like the tomatoes, because they get quite big, those plants. And you know, and once the corn starts to shade them out, you know, it'll do its succession. So yep, corn, zucchinis, and I think that's Purple King bush bean in this one. And yeah, the tomatoes, the same as the previous bed. So I'll get into it. Oh, I should mention, I'm putting the corn in with the Jang Cedar. I've set the gear wheels up so the spacing's 10 centimetres. I can always pick out the corn after it's come through. I do have a little problem with cutworms sometimes, so the heads do get cut off when they're coming through. So hopefully I'll get enough corn come through the bed. Okay, I've got some marigold seed saved from last year again. I'm just going to evenly spread that through the middle, just as beneficials. In this front section here, I'm just going to drop some more cosmos. The seeds into the ground. Give everything a good watering in. Okay, that's another bed done. So I hope you're enjoying these videos. I'm just trying to show you, how to use companion planting to get multiple crops, along with beneficials for insects, with flowers, and obviously different crops at different times. So the beans and the zucchinis will produce earlier than the corn, which will take more or less all the season. So I'll get crop out of this bed while waiting for the corn. So I'm just trying to show you the benefits of doing this companion planting. Hope you enjoyed them. See you in the next one.